for today's video, I'm going to be working on this little booklet. I got this from my Secret Santa this year at Christmas, and originally I thought this was like notebook paper that you could write notes on and send, but I found out my Secret Santa told me that this was created by a well-known artist in the area where they live, and the artist's name is Gwen Frostic. I don't know if you can see that. And so the other day I finally had a chance to sit down and just look through this entire book, and I noticed a couple of things. I noticed that the artist signed it, and on the very first page is a poem that she obviously wrote because it's signed by her. And then I sat down and I looked at every single page in this little book, and the artwork is just beautiful. Some pages have artwork on both sides, some just have artwork on one side, and I just decided that this is just too neat and too special to like tear it apart and send off notes. So what I decided to do instead is turn this into like a scrapbook, a journal, a notebook of my own, like favorite quotes, favorite Bible verses, things like that. And I thought I would share with you some of the pages that I'm going to do today. And obviously I won't show the whole book. I won't get the whole book done today, but I printed off at Walmart yesterday. I printed off some of Olivia's photography, and she does a lot of nature pictures, and I'm going to put those pictures in here. And then this I wrote the other day. It's just in pencil. I need to trace over it in ink, but it says, "Weeds are flowers too, once you get to know them." And it's a quote by Winnie the Pooh, and it was appropriate to have it on this page because this is a picture of a dandelion, and a lot of people think of dandelions as weeds. Maybe they really are, I don't know, but there's a lot of uses for dandelions. So anyway, I'm going to work on this today, and when I get the pages done, I'll bring you back and I will go over the pages with you. Okay, so I've been working on this memory book I spent one day working on it, and I'm going to take more than just a few days to get this done. I'm not going to rush through it. I think this looks really cute right there, but I'm going to have to hot glue it. So I think that's what I'm going to do on the cover. But I just wanted to show you just a couple of examples of the things that I did and how I did it. What this book is going to be for me are my favorite things. Like I've got a couple of my favorite Bible verses, some favorite quotes, some of Olivia's favorite photography that are my favorites. I don't know if they're her favorites, but they're my favorites. And then I've got a couple of pictures here of my kids that are some favorites of mine. This is a picture this is me when I had short hair, and Olivia, and she was probably 3 in this picture, and this was taken at a family reunion, and I just love it. I love the picture. It's not a typical what you would think of as a picture, as a photo or a portrait or whatever, but I just really like it. I think she's adorable. She was such a cute little munchkin. She still is cute, I think, but I'm biased. And then this is a picture of Travis when he was probably about 8 years old, and he was into Nerf guns, and I don't know why he did that. He did this all on his own one day. He just suction cupped all the little Nerf bullets to his head, and I took his picture, and I just think this is adorable. Adorable, cute little picture of my son. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what page I want to put them on in this book, and then of course I'm going to have to trim them down just a little bit to make them fit. So when I figure out where I want to put this picture of Olivia and I, okay, so this is the page I decided I'm going to put my picture on. And what helped me to decide it was the green really went well with the green in the background of this picture. But as you can see, the picture is too big for this paper, so I'm going to very carefully trim off. I don't want to cut any off of the top because it'll cut into my head, but I can take some off the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and take some off the bottom with this paper cutter. I've had this cutter for years, and I use it only for scrapbooking and paper crafts. Okay, so that fits better. And then I've got this corner rounder, and I'm going to go ahead and round the corners. I think it just makes the pictures look more polished and more finished. Now if I wanted to, I could put this picture on other paper and then it would have like a border, but I'm really trying to go with just simple, having a simple scrapbook, and I don't want to detract too much away from the artwork that's on the page. So this is one of those glue strip things that we got from the Dollar Tree, and they work really well, but I'll be honest, there's not much glue on them, so I'm not really sure they're worth the money. You get 2 for $1, and like I said, they work really well, but you may not be as frugal as you might think using them. So I'm going to go ahead and put my picture down. And then just for a little bit of an embellishment, I'm going to use some of these stickers just because they look very summery, and the ladybugs tie in with the red on the flower. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this sticker up here, and that will also help hold the picture down. And then down here on this side, I'm going to put a leaf with a ladybug. And then up here above the flowers, I'm just going to put a couple of ladybugs that have their wings open so they look like they are flying. And that's it. That's as simple as it gets. That's all I'm going to do to this page. And I think it just adds a lot. It adds to this artwork. It doesn't take away from it. And it's a nice way to put one of my favorite pictures of Olivia and I, and keep it in a safe place. Okay, so now I'm going to find a page to put this really adorable picture of Travis. And when I've gotten that figured out, I will bring you back and show you what I'm going to do with this picture. Alright, so this is the page I decided to use for Travis's picture. Not only because it's got a snail on it, which is, I don't know, I think about boys, snips and snails and puppy dog tails. His picture will fit on here and I won't have to trim it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round the corners because, like I said, I think that makes it look very finished. It just adds a little something without really doing a whole lot to it. And before I glue the picture down, I found this sticker that's a trim, and it's all sticky on the back. And I'm going to put this along the top of the page. So I'm just going to line it up against the spine or the binding and up along the top as close as I can. And I'll flip it over and rub it down real good and make sure that it's stuck well. And then I'm going to trim that off with some scissors. And then I can stick this back on the paper and use it for something else maybe. So that's on there. And now I'm just going to add Travis's picture. If I want to put it off center, I think I want to put it off center a bit. so that you can see the triangles on either side. And just add that picture. And then the embellishments that I'm going to add to this page are some more stickers that I have of seashells. Now I know these are not snail shells, but I think it kind of ties in with the theme of the shell from the snail. So I'm just going to kind of add these. Put that one there, I think. And I'll put that one there. Yeah, and maybe I might as well just go ahead and use up the last one, and I'll stick the, maybe I'll trade these, because this this will stand off of here, off of the white better. And I'll put the little sand dollar here on the corner. So there, I've got this picture done, or this page done, of one of my favorite pictures of Travis. So now I'm going to go through, and I won't go through every single page that I did. I will just pick out some of my favorites and explain to you what I did and why I did it. Okay, so on the very first page I have one of my favorite Bible verses. It's from 1 Samuel 16, verse 7b, which means it's the second half of the verse. And it just says, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. And instead of writing the word heart, I just put some heart stickers. And what I did is I just took a pencil and I lightly wrote in how I wanted it. And then I took this ink pen, which is like, it's not an ink pen specifically, it's a felt marker, and it's for calligraphy. And then I traced over the pencil marks and then erased the pencil. And that way I can pretty much get the lines straight. On this page, this was the artwork that was on the page, a crane flying. And cranes are obviously water birds. So at the bottom I put one of those sticker borders that was of a beach scene with a few, these aren't cranes, but these are like water birds. And then this was just a vellum scrapbooking embellishment that I had, but it is also a Bible verse that I really like, and it's Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. And it says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened to you. So I just thought that looked really nice, and it just tied this page together. On this page, this is some of Olivia's photography. These are some flowers, I think, that were in my mom's garden that come back. No?
They were on the side of the road.
Oh, okay. So these were some flowers that were on the side of the road, just wildflowers growing, and she was taking pictures, and she didn't realize this bumblebee was there until after she'd taken a couple of pictures, and then when she saw the bumblebee, she zoomed in on it and took a bigger picture of the bumblebee. And I know these aren't exactly the same type of flowers, but the colors are the same and they're fairly similar. So that's why I went ahead and put this picture on this page. And then this is just some washi tape that is the same color, and so I put that at the top to tie that in. On this page, this is another picture that Olivia took. It was in one of her photography classes, and I just really like it. I like the way that the acorn is in the center of the picture and everything is blurred behind it. And now this artwork, which was part of the book, I think these are probably maple leaves, not oak leaves, but you know, I'm not going for exactness. I was just going for similarity. So that's why I put this picture of the acorn here. And then I just took washi tape and put it on the top and the bottom. And then I had these cute little acorn stickers that just tied the whole page together. This is another picture that Olivia took. This she took at the Creation Museum in Cincinnati, Ohio. We went there, I think 2 or 3 years ago now. And she took this picture. She saw the grasshopper, and so she centered her photo on that. And so I just thought it looked really well with this artwork with the grasshopper. And the colors really blended well with the greens in the picture and the greens of the page. And then this is just some embellishments that I had in my stash of this green ribbon and the different buttons. So I glued those on the top. So these are some pictures of my mother when she was very young. I think she was a teenager in this picture, and she and my dad had been married for a few years in this picture. I'm not sure what year this picture was taken. My husband could probably tell me because he knows cars, and he could look at the headlight and tell me what year this was, or at least the vicinity of the year. But it's I'm not even going to hazard a guess. 50s probably, but I'm not really sure. And this would probably be 40s if she was a teenager. But the reason why I put these pictures on this page is because my mother loved flowers, and I just remember that we had these flowers growing. I think they were just wild. I don't think she planted them, but we always had these columbines, I believe they're called, growing all around our property when I was a child growing up. And then I just put this little embellishment here that says pretty, because I think my mother was beautiful. More than pretty. She was beautiful. On this page, I have a picture of Olivia that her cousin Lydia took. This was down the road from us. We have a creek that runs down the road, and they have a big culvert because it crosses the road. And this is one of the favorite places that Olivia and Lydia like to go in the summertime. And Lydia had this filter on her camera where she could just bring out the colors in Olivia's outfit, and then everything else is black and white. And I just thought that was really, really cool. I loved the way the sun was shining on Olivia's hair, and then the redness of her hair came out. And the reason I chose this page is because the artwork is of a frog hanging on a stem. And of course, you notice frogs and toads down by the creek. This is another one of Olivia's photography. She loves to go out, and especially at dusk, not dawn because she's not a morning person, but she'll go out at dusk and take sunset pictures. And so this was a picture of the sun setting in the field across from our house. And I thought it was appropriate to go on this page, not only because the colors of the photo go well with this background, the paper, but because there's an owl. The artwork is an owl. Now I do want to add a few stickers or some sort of embellishment to this page, but I have not yet found the perfect thing. So this page is not what I would call complete, but I did want to share that with you. This is the last of the photographs that I have in this book so far. And this is another one of Olivia's artwork. This was obviously taken in the fall of the year down our road. This is the country road that is in front of our house. And in fact, I think that right there is our mailbox. But anyway, I just loved this picture. I don't know why. I just have really loved this picture. I love the perspective of it, I guess, and the fall leaves on the ground and the changing colors in the trees. And I chose this page to put it on because obviously this is a fall scene that was drawn by the artist with the wind, the blustery wind, and the changing color leaves falling out of the trees. And then I just had these stickers in my stash, and they're kind of a 3D effect. So I just added those embellishments onto the page. Now the last one I want to show you is just a quote that I really liked, and it was by Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. Travis loved Winnie the Pooh when he was a little tiny boy, and in fact Travis used to call him Wheat the Pooh. Wheat the Pooh. So that's what we refer to Winnie the Pooh as, Wheat the Pooh. And this quote was from Winnie the Pooh, or Wheat the Pooh. The things that make me different are the things that make me. And I really need to take that verse to heart, or not verse, but that quote to heart, because so often in society we want to blend in and be cookie cutters of everyone, and we aren't. We're all individual people with individual styles and individual personalities and individual body shapes, and everything about us is different and unique. And if Winnie the Pooh can realize that, then I need to realize that too. And the artwork that was on this page was this dragonfly, and I had these dragonfly stickers in my stash, so I just added those to embellish the page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of me just going through a few of the pages that I have done in this memory book, or memory journal that I'm going to call it, that I received from my Secret Santa this year. And like I said, the artwork is from a woman named Gwen Frostick, and I'm so glad I decided that this is what I wanted to do with this, and I wasn't going to tear the pages out and disassemble it. That way I can keep all of this unique artwork in one spot, and I can enjoy this memory book for years to come. If you would like for me to do another video when I get some more pages done on how I decorated or how I used the pages in this book, just give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will be glad to do another video like this. Thanks a lot for watching, friends, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.